Oh hey y'all, how's it going? Fatty here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of some Ark PvP. In this one we're going to do a couple quick raids, then get into some huge PvP battles with a ton of foot PvP at Blue Ob. Then after that we're going to go get some rock drake eggs, do the Aberration boss, and finish up trolling this guy who is talking so much trash on my server. Can't allow that, and you guys aren't going to want to miss it, and let's not waste any more of your time and just jump straight into it. So I like to talk in global on my servers. It's kind of fun. Always be plug-in too, right? Gotta be advertising out the channel. And this guy was talking trash, and I was like, hey, drop your cords. And he thought I was kidding or something, and he dropped his cords. So then I decided to come raid him. It was as simple as that. He was talking, he said that he had a couple of flak blueprints as well as some snow owls, which I needed. So I thought, hey, figured I might give it a shot. It took me a while though. I don't know why when I was placing these C4s, the only place I could really get them to kind of stick was actually onto this, like the world barrier. I couldn't actually get any of them to stick to ocean platforms, but I got a couple down, try to pop it. I always forget how many it takes for an ocean plat. But I got a couple down, tried to swim away, and unfortunately got a little too comfortable, got hit by those turrets. But we end up just still dropping it and getting quite a bit of good stuff from it. You know, I always hate coming after solo players, but if you're going to drop your cords and talk crap, I mean, what do you expect, bro? Stuff is going to happen. But yeah, as soon as we get back to the base, we get to check out all this really good loot that we actually did get from this raid. So I did get quite a bit of resources, as well as just a lot of different tames. Really, the only tames that worth anything at all were the snow owls, luckily to me. A lot of these wyverns and stuff I give out to other players on the servers, especially new people that are just getting started out, because I like to help people build up that are non-toxic. That way there's still at least fun competition on the server as well. But I did at least get a flak blueprint for the feet and the hands. These are definitely good enough on this server to get them up to capped, so it was just chef kiss of it. And then at this point, somebody kept on chatting about Blue Off PvP, so I decided to go join in. I was listening to Mr. Beard and Danny Gonzalez while I was kind of PvPing, and I should not have, because now you guys aren't going to hear the audio, but I'll make it a pretty cool montage. I usually don't do these, but I hope you enjoy. Now, if you listen really closely, as when this wyvern's like flying in, I'm gonna net gun it. If you listen closely, the rider actually gets lightning breathed as soon as I net gun it. This is one of my favorite things to do in Ark PvP right now, is if you wait to right at the start of someone that's doing a lightning breath and you net them, 9 out of 10 times that player is gonna die, and it is just chef kiss of a play.
Version of him, like the female Loki, you know, in a different timeline, then he would have killed her by now.
Nice guys really do finish last. Look at this nice guy who is literally... Look at this nice guy who is literally...
So it was a good time. Definitely didn't lose too much. Only lost that one Bloodstalker, and I have a ton of Bloodstalkers. I'm definitely a Bloodstalker Bob. But I did make out with a pretty decent kit. Several pairs of flak, 2 capped Fabbies, capped Flamethrower, a turret for some reason, a bunch of poly. I don't know why that guy had an organic poly, a couple element, and a primitive tech suit. So nothing too amazing, but hey, definitely something I wanted. So from there, I really needed to go finish the boss fights, a lot of them. I didn't have all the tech engrams that I needed. I really needed the rest of the tech gear, as well as the sleeping pod and tech dedicated storages. Nothing like incredibly bad I needed, but I just still wanted to get a lot of that. So what I decided to do is go get a couple rock drake eggs. I don't know if any of you guys have ever done the boss fights on this one. You only really need to do the beta on Aberration to get most of the things that you're going to need if you've already done the center boss fight, which I showed in a previous video. And it's a really easy boss fight if you ask me. There's only a couple things you need. You just need a rock drake egg, which is what we're doing in this video. I have a guide how to get down here on my channel if you don't know how to. If you kind of saw, I'll give you a quick brief explanation so you don't have to watch that video if you don't want to. But there was that metal structure that I kind of like swung down from. That's a really easy one to kind of spot if you're in the blue zone. And if you just follow that straight down into the pit, you're going to always find the rock drake egg area. I got extremely lucky when I came down here because I did not see any actual wild rock drakes. That is the trickiest part. I think it's even more than going to get doing the boss fight is actually getting the rock drake eggs if you don't have a really good stalker or if you just have really bad luck and you just see a ton of bad guys. This server, I have a cap server or cap saddle already for my rock drake. So I kind of figured like I didn't need the greatest one because I usually don't take much damage at all. So I just needed a couple just to get started. But once we do, we make it over to Aberration to do the boss fight. Now, all you're going to need, like I said, is the rock drake. It is the best tame to do this. It is just fast and goes like really quick. And then get a cactus broth. They're really easy to make, or cactus brew. They make it so that, I don't know why I try to give it to my rock drake. I know, comments down below. Oh, I should have edited that out. Whatever, I'm doing this in one take, so anyways. It is a really easy one to do. If you pop a cactus broth, it keeps all the tames that do spawn pretty far away from you. And if you have a shotgun, and I'd say at least bring like 600 rounds because you do use a ton of it. And if it's not a capped one, I would bring more. But when it comes to the the Rockwell fight, it is super easy. Just keep moving. That's like the #1 thing I can do. These little balls always chase you around. At the beginning, it's been a while since I did it, so I was a little rusty. I just kind of sat here, but as the video goes on, I'm going to cut through a lot of this. But you just kind of run in circle, and then his heart's going to get exposed once you drop down all those tentacles, and then you just got to blast him from there. So usually I start at one side of the front, work around all the way to the side, so then when you're done with the very last tentacle, you're already in the front, because you don't get a huge time frame where his heart's exposed. So you definitely got to move really fast on this one. But if you just kind of move fast and keep a good pace, it's really pretty easy to do overall. But as you can see, as I get that last one down, I just kind of jump around a little bit, just get him out of my face, blast him with the shotgun a few times. Those little balls can damage your player. I don't know if you guys are watching the screen down below, so that is the biggest thing you got to worry about. Maybe bring a couple extra pairs of flax. Definitely always bring med brews. If you're not bringing med brews wherever you go, what are you doing? And then like I said, it's just easy. To fly around, get these tentacles. It usually only takes a couple shots. Now, I'm doing it on beta. You can do it on alpha if you want to get those extra levels. You can use it the same method. It just takes a little bit longer. It's always a little bit trickier to do. But beta gives you all the engrams that you really need to kind of finish it off. I think besides like the cloning chamber and then the tech force field, between the center boss and the Aberration boss, you pretty much unlock everything you're going to need. So it is just probably the best one that you can do. I remember this, like, Aberration was brand new. I saw this cutscene for the first time. I was, like, so excited. I thought Extinction was going to be amazing. It's, like, one of my least favorite maps. I know that's not probably going to be a popular opinion, but whatever. Hang me out to dry on that one. So I was eventually be able to get my tech dedicated storages, which I was really excited about. My inside of my base is just atrocious. The only really cool part about my base is like the little 6-year-old, my son built like this room. He's 6 years old. That is just really cool. It looks just fun. So that's like the coolest thing in my base right now. So I wanted to kind of like make it look like a little bit more of a war room. It's just kind of compacted. I got gigas in here, shadow mains, and a bunch of stuff. But the really cool thing I always like to do is just, you want to see how much ARB, right, that you got stockpiled. I do a lot of trading to get lines and different stuff. I did a lot of raids, so I had just kind of a ton of ARB. Also, I'm just always making an ARB. I'm just, like, I have so many of those ammo boxes that are just, like, capped full and different stuff like that. As you can see, I had plenty. So what's going to happen next is I was just kind of doing this. I was on my high horse, just really excited that I got that done. Got my 50k ARB. And then this guy was just saying like racial slurs, just being real nasty, talking a bunch of crap. And I just absolutely hate that. So I went to go raid him because I thought it was going to be a true raid. But this is kind of how it turned out. It's really funny though. So this trash of a person was just spouting just the most horrific stuff. So then I kind of showed up where his quote-unquote base was, and I don't know what the hell this thing is. If you want to call it a base, you could call it a base, but it's more of just a stone tower thing. This is a boosted server, and there is so many like drops that just give you building materials and stuff. So I don't know why this guy wasted a long time probably making this and trying to get it. And he was also trying to pick me in here, and lady, just like running into the edge. This guy was the most trash and confused kid I've ever come across. But I just don't take kindly to trolls, right? So you gotta do what you gotta do. He had a decent tropical wyvern, but apparently he didn't know that you can cut nets either. So he just kind of ran. And yeah, it's just kind of fun. I'm gonna break this whole thing down. I'm gonna wreck his day. I'll put it to a little montage, and I hope you guys enjoy. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do have a chandelier video that's planned, but unfortunately I had so much back PvP stuff like recorded on my hard drive that I just kind of needed to clear some of this. But like I said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do have my Rip Die Co, which is all of my small business stuff. Really cool tie-dye t-shirts with screen prints. Definitely go check that out. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.